Jansen, Henson, Handsome, there's been multiple by the priest and everybody, so thank you very much. First, I just want to clarify a couple things. The little keepsakes that you see here, there was a lot of confusion early on. These are for you to take home tonight, so just want to clarify that early on. That was one of the many things that Jim and Alicia both were, not so much Jim. People were a little bit worried tonight if you guys were going to be able to discern whether or not that was a gift for you to take home. So first, I just want to open up and say, hey, it's a pleasure to be here, but I know that none of this, obviously, without Jim and Alicia, but without Hal and Jeannie, Bill and Kathy, you guys have put on one hell of a party. For these two. Right there, you guys are absolutely amazing. Second off, I just want to take a moment and say, these two individuals have brought people from really all around the world. I've met people from Marshall Islands. It's the first time ever. I've met people from Hawaii, from Australia, and the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, you name it. There's people all around the world that have come together. I told Jim, early on today, I said, it's amazing. Everybody's watching you too, but it's amazing to think that each and every one of you guys took a moment out of your life to stop what you're doing, make special plans, take a vacation, whatever have you, to come and observe these two. And I can't tell you how much that means to me to see. Yeah. So. 3 years ago, I was getting married. Last month, 3 years ago, to my beautiful wife, and Jim was my best man. Shit, wow, I didn't really think I was we had an awesome wedding. Jim was the best person. Jim was the best person in the entire world, but he came up to Beck and I, and he said the one thing I probably never thought I'd hear him say, and that was, I've reached that point in my life.
Jansen.
I've reached that point in my life. And I was like, what's that? I knew he had met Alicia, but he had seen our wedding, and he knew that you were the person that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. To me, that was like, Jim's a free spirit kind of guy. Alicia is also. I didn't really know Alicia all that much. I only met her probably a handful of times before last week. I made a point. I was like, hey, this is my best friend. This is a guy that I respect probably more than any of my own family members, because I have no idea why, but he's quite a bit. This guy that I brought home, my mom's like, who are you hanging out with? Why does he have all these tattoos? Is he a razor? And has he ever got a haircut before? Who has my son started hanging out with? But Jim and I really started hanging out, and I know I've talked to many of you all about our past and where our relationship, friendship began. Was truly, for me, it was really after I graduated college. Jim got out of the military, and we started hanging out. We started going out to the mountains and doing what men do. Sounds weird. No, we would go on out and try to survive, and that was probably one of the best times that you can ever really have a conversation about life. Jim's a man of very few words, as you guys probably all know. He can say more than 10 words than most people will say in an entire lifetime. So when you get that moment and you can talk to him, you find out so much about yourself, you find out so much about life. And so for him to say that about Alicia, that he had met somebody, that he knew that was the person that he was going to spend the rest of his life with, it was like, holy cow, I got to meet her. I flew out a week ago into Colorado, and for me, one, it was to, hey, let's put together some projects for this wedding, but ultimately, it was really, I want to take a moment and really get get to know you even further. And then when we came on out here, I wanted to get to know the family, and on both sides, but primarily, you know, your all's family. You guys have raised a daughter that somehow has the ability to captivate and harness this guy's wild spirit. That right there is a testament of what you guys have been able to do more than anything. So, one, good on you. You guys, mission accomplished. So for you guys, enough talking to everybody else. For you guys, what do I recommend? Jim's a wild spirit. Jim, Alicia's a wild spirit. As long as you guys can understand that, what you guys do wholeheartedly, as long as you guys can respect that, what you do wholeheartedly, you guys will continue to flourish and you guys will continue to grow, and that love will mature. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. You guys are all thinking it. Maybe not you.
No. We're looking for girls.
Looking for some girls.
We're looking for some girls.
I know Jim and Alicia both are, you know, going to make a wonderful family together. So that's that. I'm not going to make this a long, drawn-out speech, but just want to say, hey, if you guys have a glass, please raise it up. May you guys keep God in your life, and may He bless you from this day forward. May you guys grow old and be able to watch your children's grow as well. May you guys be poor with misfortunes, but may you be rich with blessings, and may you know happiness from this day forward.
Yeah.
So we're
Cheers. Cheers.